I'm Ilya Marchenko.
I'm Dennis Kudla.
I'm Jesper de Jong.
I'm Henry Laaksonen.
I am Francisco Cerundolo,
and you are listening to the Game to Love podcast.
Hey, good evening, tennis fans. Here we are for a draw preview. This one we're going through Dubai for the men's, the return of Novak Djokovic, and we will be covering Santiago in Chile as well on this one. I'm interested because Novak Djokovic being back on a tennis court, I think it's just only good for tennis. He obviously is sort of undefeated this year. Will he continue the unbeaten run, JG?
Well, Dubai, if I can remember correctly, was one of the events we first saw him in last year. Because after the Australian Open, when he wasn't able to play, I'm pretty sure he come back in Dubai and didn't do very well.
Vesely, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's the Vesely match. So we're going to see a different Novak Djokovic for sure. His draw is quite challenging. I did do a news video on it the other day. There's Daniel Medvedev on his half draw and some other tough veterans, Andy Murray maybe, and some others. So let's see where we end up putting them. Of course, this is the first time we're going to be doing the draw proper. So this is going to be me and Ben's reactions in real time. Make sure if you want to play along at home, download the tennis app, TNNS, Apple or Android, and you can join the Game to Love League and compete with us. So I don't actually know how I'm going to do it. That's why it's difficult for me to say I'm definitely going Andy Murray Djokovic, because I might not. I'll have to wait and see how it all plays out.
Yeah, I'm going to have to wait and see how this one plays out. Obviously, we know Andy Murray, he didn't actually win that event. He actually lost in the final, unfortunately. The marathon, I've said that the wrong.
I think it works, though. It just sounds good. So you
marathon,
should stick with marathon.
It is the marathon. Unfortunately, he didn't win the marathon. It was Daniel Medvedev who did win the marathon, and he won it 6-4, 6-4. And he's won 2 straight tournaments now, has Daniel Medvedev. That's the main thing. And it would have made this tournament, I think, a little bit more predictable with the Novak Djokovic playing so well as he is, had Daniel Medvedev not been playing so well. And I'm happy that Medvedev is now giving us a challenger for Djokovic. I know that you were sort of throwing out there on Twitter, maybe Carlos Alcaraz, maybe on the clay courts, but on the hard courts, definitely Daniel Medvedev is the main competitor.
Well, the next slam coming up, Ben, is Roland Garros. So forget Daniel Medvedev. Let's talk about the clay quarters. And I'm going to start with Cam Norrie, because he just defeated Carlos Alcaraz, the bookies' favourite for Roland Garros. Let's consider Cam Norrie as a contender for Roland Garros. Rafael Nadal out of sorts. Alcaraz just been beaten by him. Djokovic, let's see how he deals with it. Of course, he is going to be probably the favourite after Alcaraz today losing and having his right quad heavily strapped again, which is the same injury he had, which kept him out of the Australian Open. So you'd have to think that he's not going to be playing Acapulco now. He'll probably pull out. But still, Roland Garros on the cards. Cam Norrie, I want to see him go deep. Shout out and congratulations to Cam. I know we've got Gary in. How are we doing, Gary? Saying congrats to Barbara and Cam. Onward and upwards to the oncoming week. But yeah, them two were exceptional. Barbara, we did cover the match. She was amazing too, defeating Iga.
Yeah, I think Cam, give him credit where he's due. I know that we've given him a bit of a hard time on the pod. Maybe he doesn't really set the world on fire. He doesn't put the bums on seats. He's a little bit of a Krejcikova on the men's side, I would say. But when I watched some of his tennis this week, you can't help but be amazed how he's adapted to the clay courts. He is literally a clay court master these days. He loves the grind. He gets everything back and some. And then he has winners to finish rallies, like 25 shot rallies, and he comes up with winners at the end. And this isn't the same Cam Norrie that I'm used to watching from about 2 years ago. And I'm still adjusting to the fact that he's mainly a clay court player these days, Cam Norrie. He likes the slow grind. Maybe Indian Wells champion again this year. Who knows? Cam Norrie's...
Well, Who
in
knew
there for a
it?
chance.
Cam's not just a great streamer on YouTube; he's also great on the clay courts as well. So, shout out to Cam.
That's it. Why not? Indeed. All right, let's go through this one. I don't want to spend too long. We've got another draw preview that we're going to be going through after this one. It's both of the Mexican Opens. We got Monterrey. We have Acapulco, where they're all going loco. Let's go for this one first. Obviously, we know Andrei Rublev and Aslan Karatsev, the Russians, have had their way in Dubai the last 2 years. And well, we remember Aslan Karatsev, that crazy run. He just got to the semi-finals of the Australian Open. He did defeat Rublev in that run to the final and then cleaned up against Lloyd Harris and obviously Vesely last year. Djokovic, champion in 2020, and Tsitsipas there, unfortunately, two-time losing finalist and lost to Federer the year before. He was an 8-time winner, but Djokovic 5-time winner. He's up there.
Yeah, I remember the Karatsev Lloyd Harris match, and
Yeah.
of course the Rublev Vesely one. Vesely had a great year. Roger Federer usually wins this event. He's won it 8 times. None of him anymore. Djokovic has won it 5 times. But let's move on to the qualifiers. We have 4 of them. So we've got Lazarov from Bulgaria, Thomas Mahak, Chris O'Connell, and Kotov. And I want to quickly pause on Mahak because he beat Al Naldi 6-love, 6-1.
Incredible. What was
a
I
player
thought
we've
he had...
spoken to on the podcast, GTL fan, good player. Been a bit mixed, I would say, recently. But if you go back 2 years ago, he played all the slams and played very well in all the slams against all the top players. Since then, been a bit slow, but I think we know who his first opponent is now in Novak Djokovic. I think he might make it tough against Novak.
I think that match, like Arnaldi, he was the 8th seed in qualifying, but the match before that was the one that I thought you were going to bring up. I didn't even realize he'd won a breadstick and a bagel in his last match. He beat Marton Fucsovics in 3 sets in the first round of qualifying. That's not an easy match at all.
Exactly, yeah.
So he's had a tough round of qualifying and he's done it in style.
Well.
Yeah,
he
really well. So I'm excited to see. And obviously, like you said, the qualifiers are really good from this one. We've got Chris O'Connell, obviously took a set from Medvedev in the last tournament. That's no mean feat. Mahak, well, we just spoke about him. Kotov, we've never stopped speaking about him. He's taken out Safulan and Shevchenko, so it's an all Russian. He just likes beating Russians up at the moment. And Lazarov, I don't know, he's just had a bit of just stormed it. Bulgarian, he's doing all right. So taking the shine off Grigor Dimitrov at the moment,
who's playing also very well. But let's get into the draw. So first up, we've got Djokovic versus Mahak. He was the number 1 seed, Djokovic, and now he won't have the same points as Alcaraz because he lost the final, but he will still be number 1 regardless. Number 2 seed, Andrei Rublev, the champion here last year. So I think it's going to be 3 sets. I think Mahak's going to take a set, but Djokovic will win that one.
I think
I'll have Lestienne beating Griekspoor, Kotov beating Poprin, Murray Hurkacz.
Yep.
Murray lost his final. Hurkacz won his final today.
Yeah, well done to Hurkacz as well.
I think it was a poor draw, though. There wasn't many great players in that event.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go Andy Murray to beat Hurkacz.
That's a tough one for me. I feel like Hurkacz is probably going to beat him. I feel like he's just come. I'm going for the winner's mentality.
That's rare that you're going against Murray.
I know.
I'll have Medvedev beating Al Naldi.
Yep.
Who got in as lucky loser.
Tough, that.
I reckon there could be another bagel there. I'll go Bublik beating Lazarov.
I'm gonna go Lazarov to beat Bublik here.
I'll have Kokkinakis, Choric.
Yep.
Lehechka or Zverev. I think you've got to go Lehechka.
I'm going Lehechka. Yeah.
I'll have Rusevori beating O'Connell.
Not for me. I'm going on the big OC.
I'll have Sonego here.
I'm going to go Husler.
I'm going to go Krezi to knock out Felix.
Nah, not for me. I'm going Felix.
I'll go Hachanov to beat Van der Zandsloot. Mikkel Weimer.
Yep.
Looks like he's got an I don't know who he's playing. It's a bit weird. And because all the qualifiers should be in, I'm unsure why there's no one there.
Don't know why that is.
But I'll go for Kina to beat Jaziri and Rublev to beat Krajinovic.
Yeah. Okay. Back to the top we go. Okay, we got Djokovic, Lestien. I don't even need to think twice. I'm going Djokovic.
Yep. I'll have Murray beating Kotov. So I am going to go for Djokovic Murray.
I'm going to have Hurkacz. So I've got two players on winning runs meeting each other there, Hurkacz and Djokovic. I'll have Medvedev beating Lazarov.
Yep. Medi beating Bublik. Kokonakis beating Chorich.
Same here.
Lehechka
Ooh.
beating Rusevori.
Tough match, this for me. I mean, Lehechka and O'Connell.
Gene there
which
saying
one
it
I'm
should
gonna-
be Pissarro, but yeah, I'm still going to go Ema to
Yeah.
beat Pissarro.
I think I'm going to go. God, that's really tough. These two I really like. Two of my favourite players who are sort of floating around the 50 mark. I'm going to go OC. I'm going to go OC with that.
I'm going to have Krezi beating Senego.
I'll have Felix beating Husler.
Hachanov beating Ema.
Same.
And Rublev beating Fekina.
Rublev has not impressed me that much recently, but I'll go with it for now because I think he's got enough in the tank. Go to the top. Djokovic versus Hurkacz.
Djokovic Murray. I think Djokovic wins that one. I don't think Murray will beat him, but I think it will be a great match and one we'll definitely cover on the channel. Maybe, why not?
I'd like to see it. I'd love to see them
It's
have
one
a
match
close
in a marathon. I don't fancy Murray though.
But Medvedev, the way he dispatched him straight sets, doesn't hold much hope for a Djokovic encounter. I'm going to have Medvedev to win against Kokonakis.
Yeah, I'm going to go Lehechka to beat Krezi and Hachanov to knock out Rublev.
I think I'm going to go OC to beat Felix here. This is a bit of an upset from my bracket. And Hachanov to beat Rublev.
Okay, so semi-final time. Novak Djokovic, Daniel Medvedev.
I mean, it's the match we all want, isn't it? Come on, let's be fair.
Yeah, that's the one what's close. And Medvedev, I think he's going to keep the streak going and beat Djokovic. And he's going to end Djokovic's winning streak because Djokovic hasn't lost in 2023 yet. But I think he's going to lose this one.
It's a real tough one for me. I've been going sort of over in my head. I mean, even before we've come to this draw preview about how I see this going, and I've been making arguments either way. I've been thinking Djokovic, 5-time champion in Dubai. And then I was thinking, he hasn't played for a while. Medvedev's on a great run. But then I was like, OC's taken a set off of Medvedev, and he's not really been playing anyone too big. He's only been winning the 250s. So I'm sort of going like back and forth. And I think I'm just left with, I think it's just going to be the same as they always do. Really close, 3 sets. And I don't know who's going to take it. It's probably going to be last set, Djokovic maybe. But that's a real...
Okay.
I don't know. It's a toss-up for me, that one. That one isn't... I'm not set in stone on that decision.
No, it's going to be tight. And at the bottom, I'm going to have Hachanov beating Lehechka.
I'm going to have Hachanov as well. Look at us, both putting Hachanov in a final. Whoa, it's first time
I
ever.
thought he's
on
been good in
GTL.
slams recently. And he's
slam.
shown, he's been good in slams recently, though, which is the pinnacle of the sport. So I'm impressed with him.
Nice. Look at him go.
I'll have an all-Russian final, but Medvedev will win the Battle of the Russians and win this event in Dubai, beating Hachanov in the final.
Well, there's no Vesely, so surely Djokovic has got to do all right in this one. He's got to win it, hasn't he? Come on.
Not for me.
I'd like to see it. I mean, for me, the final before the final, I'm sure if you don't have Djokovic versus Medvedev as your semi-final in your bracket, I don't know what you're doing.
And dark horse, I'll do it for both of us because it's going to be Lehechka. I think we'd agree on that.
Yeah.
Picks itself. We've both got him far. Lehechka as a dark horse who could go far. He was a bit unlucky against Murray. It was a really good match. Close one. And that's my pick.
5 match points. Very, very close. Couldn't get much closer to getting to the final than 5 match points, can you? Right, let's move over to Santiago. Make sure that you let us know who you picked for your finalists, your winner in the comment section below, because we want to hear it. Do you disagree with ours? We've got a Djokovic and a Medvedev winner. I feel that there's going to be a lot of people picking those people as the winners. Does anybody have a different winner? Like not a Djokovic or a Medvedev. I want to hear from everybody who has those winners, really. Right, let's move over to Santiago, where we know there's only clay quarters playing in this event. And, well, you can see the names. You even said to me before we came on, surely Garen's won this event, hasn't he? And there he is, 2021. Martinez, the winner in 2022, and a lot of Brazilians, Argentinians, or Italians, or Spanish people. That
Mate, Jarry's been
obviously
playing really well, actually. So
very well.
in Chile, he's got Varias first round. That's a tough one. Great match, though,
Love that match, though.
and could decide a lot. And for this one, what we're going to do is we'll probably just start filling it in, I reckon, and go sort of to the quarterfinals and then start talking then. So you can feel free to be filling it in. There's no point going through these early rounds. Let's just do from quarterfinals onwards. The qualifiers I want to speak about is Bonadio, who we both love, the Italian, and he beat Renzo Olivo in the last round. Hanfman beat Taberna. Ugo Carabelli beat Sabeth Wild. And JM Celendolo, the brother, beat Del Bonis. So really good challenger players. It feels like a premium challenger, this one.
Well, the first round match, the pick, obviously, Dominic Thiem versus Christian Garin, the battle of the wild cards. We should only really speak about that one out of all of them. Yep. How do you have that one going? Do you have Garin being
Definitely Garin. Thiem's not impressed me enough, I think. So I don't
agree.
think it's on paper it's a great match, but I'm just big on Garin over
and
that.
We are in Chile as well.
Garin won this event 2 years ago.
He is going to have the backing of the crowd. Right, Musetti versus Munar I've got in the next round. I'm going to be going Musetti.
Yeah, I've got Musetti Tabio. I think Tabio might just come back.
Maybe. Chile.
Yeah. I'm going to have Jarry beating Schwartzman a bit further down. Let me just fill this in and get to the stage I want to get to.
Beating Schwartzman. I'm going to have Martinez knocking out Morales. Bonadio.
There is a chance here to have the Cerundolo brothers face each other.
Nice. I'm going to have Baez knocking out Garin. Oh, I've not gone down that far yet. Don't know what I was doing there. I'm going to have Cerundolo. I'll have Lajovic. No, I'm not having Fanini. I keep knocking him out. I'm going to keep doing it. And I'm going to have the Cerundolo brothers meeting each other.
For it.
Yeah, I'm going for it. Cerundolo brothers meet in the third round.
I've not gone for it. So this is my quarterfinals from the top. I've got Musetti Ramos. I think Ramos is going to win.
Yep.
I've got Jarry Zapata Morales. I'll have Jarry winning that one.
Okay.
Garin Jay. I'm going to be going Garin. So I've got two Chileans in the semis. And at the bottom, I'm going to have Lajovic beating Cerundolo.
I'm going to have Francisco winning that one against his brother. I'm going to have Sebastian Baez making an all-Argentinian semi-final. I'm going to have Pedro Martinez beating Varias. And I'm going to have Ramos Vinolas beating Musetti as well. So I'm going to have all Spanish on one side, all Argentinian on the other.
Okay, so Ramos, Jarry. I'm going to go Ramos in the final to play Christian Garin.
I think I'm going for Ramos as well, but to play Sebastian Baez. And so we've got a 5 and 3. Which way am I going to go?
I'm going to have Ramos with the whole thing.
Wow, I'm going to go Baez. Yeah.
That
so
surprises me.
He's won an event already. He's had a little bit of an off spell. I think he'll come back. Maybe he'll start playing a bit better again. He's not had to play as hard in the last tournament.
And as a player to watch, I am going to put Jarry as the guy to watch.
Definitely is, for sure. I mean, I'm just a bigger fan of Varias, but that matchup, if you fancy a good match, watch Jarry Varias.
That's a better match than the team one.
Round. I love that
team
match.
One team.
Garin.
Yeah. Anyway, that sums that one up. Thanks for joining us on this video. We will be doing one more draw preview right now, so please check that out. If you haven't already, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you over there.
Bye.